Hey, what's up guys? Radku here, back with another Yu-Gi-Oh video, and today is going to be Ritual Beast. Now, first of all, hope you guys like the thumbnail. It took me all of 5 seconds to make, but I kinda like it. So, yeah, tell me what you think in the comments. And like I said, today's gonna be Ritual Beast. Now, this deck, is very powerful. It used to be top tier, and then Ritual Beast Ulti Kanahawk got limited to 1, which severely nerfed the deck. But just recently, on the past 2 ban lists ago, it got back to 3, which definitely really helps the deck. This deck is considered one of the most cancerous decks ever, not because of how good the board is, but because of how long the combos take. Some of the combos can be up to 10 minutes long, which, if that says anything, I mean, this is a good deck. But yeah, without further ado, let's get into the deck profile. Starting things off, your best card on the deck, 3 copies of Ritual Beast Tamer Elder. After you normal summon this card, you can normal summon 1 Ritual Beast monster during your main phase this turn, in addition to your normal summon. So this, like, if you have this and almost any of your excuse me, any of your Ritual Beast monsters, you can instantly go into an Ulti Kanahawk, which can pretty much instantly win you the game because Ulti can search, it can renew, and then it can search again. Then I played 2 copies of Ritual Beast Tamer Lara. Basically, if it's normal summon, it can special summon from the grave. This is also one of your really good ones because if you can tag out, then summon it back. This deck is all about banishing as well, but I don't play as many of the banished ones. Then I play 1 copy of Ritual Beast Tamer Winda. Funny enough, this is Winda. If this card in its opponent's possession is destroyed by opponent's card effect, you can special summon 1 Ritual Beast monster from your deck or extra deck, ignoring its summoning conditions. Very powerful effect. And if you like set it and your opponent destroys it by battle, you can instantly go into an Ulti Kanahawk, which can almost instantly win you the game. 1 copy of Wen. If this one is Wendigo, but when this card is normal summoned, you can target one of the banished ones, special summon them. Powerful effect. Then for the Pendulum monster, 2 copies of Ritual Beast Zephyr Mapillica. Sure. When this card is normal summoned or pendulum summoned, you can target 1 Ritual Beast in your graveyard, except Ritual Beast Tamer Zephyrmelica. Special summon it, but destroy it during the end phase. But you're never going to leave it on the field. Half the time you're going to banish them just to gain more advantage. Most of the Ritual Beasts have, actually all the Ritual Beasts have a clause on them that says they can only be special summoned once per turn, which does make it kind of hard to combo. But considering the fact that you really only need 1 summon or 1 special summon of them per turn, you should pretty much be able to go full combo no matter what. Then I play 3 copies of Ritual Beast Kanahawk. You can banish 1 Ritual Beast card from your deck face up during your second standby phase after this card activates. Add the banished card to your hand. This is basically like a golden sarcophagus, and you gain advantage off of banishing, so you can definitely, this can definitely help your effects. Then I play 3 copies of Pengu, and can banish 1 Ritual Beast monster from your extra deck and send 1 Ritual Beast monster with the same name as that from your deck to your graveyard. Special summon Spiritual Beast Rim. You can only special summon it once per turn. So this can help banish. It can help you get into your Ulti Kanahawk. And if you have like this and Tamer Elder in your hand, you basically have full combo. 2 copies of Apelio. Not as good as the other ones. You can banish 1 Ritual Beast from the graveyard for the rest of the turn. All Ritual Beast monsters you control gain 500 attack. Not as good as Paleo, or not as good as any of the others, but it's still definitely decent just because of the name. Then for the non-ritual beast monsters, 3 copies of Wind the Wind Channeler. This card is really good. Like, you can discard this card and one other wind monster, add one wind monster with 1500 or less defense from your deck to your hand. So the problem is a lot of yours will have a bit more than 1500, but this can help search out your win, and the biggest one you can search out your elder, which can get you into your combo. Plus this is a hand trap, so it won't use your normal summon. Then I play 2 copies of Barrier Statue of the Storm Winds. The only thing that this would conflict with is Ulti Gapelio, um, Gaiapelio, but we don't usually summon this, so it won't really matter. But if you do go into it, you might want to like link off your barrier statue, because we do play a few link monsters. So linking off your barrier statue could get rid of it, and you'd be able to go into your combo again. Then I play 3 copies of Pot of Extravagance. Other than Ulti Kanahawk, all your other cards are insignificant. You can, like, I have Boral Sword and I have Ulti Camille Falcos, which can be both combo pieces, but I prefer to just ignore the rest of the extra deck and just use Ulti Kanahawk. So, Extrav, really good. 3 copies of Ritual Beast Bonds. The funny thing is, I really thought this was funny that Ritual Beasts aren't a ritual deck, even though they're rituals. Basically, banish 2 ritual beast monsters you control. Special summon 1 ritual beast from your extra deck, ignoring its summoning conditions. So this can help you easily get into your any of yours. This can help you get into your Gaiapelio if you really want to, because this can completely ignore its summoning conditions and get you into one of your biggest beat sticks in the deck. Even though it's not exactly like the most played card, it's definitely good. 1 copy of Monster Reborn, 1 Raigeki, 1 Called by the Grave, because this deck cannot stand to get destroyed by hand traps, 1 Heartbeast Feather Duster, and 1 Macrocosmos. So, explaining this, Monster Reborn and Raigeki, pretty generic. Heartbeast Feather Duster, also generic, but if you get, like, impermed or something during your turn, it can definitely hurt you, so you want to destroy as much as you can. Called by the Grave, like I said, you cannot stand to get hand trapped in this deck. Macrocosmo, just because, the problem is this deck, or the thing is that this deck can stand to have your cards banished, so it doesn't really matter if you get hand trapped, or if you, have this or not, because this deck can banish really easily. 2 copies of Trap Trick. I didn't want to play 3 because, it's kind of pushing the limit. 3 copies of Ritual Beast Ambush. Target 1 of your Ritual Beast Tamer monsters and 1 of your Ritual Beast monsters that are banished or in the graveyard. Special summon them in defense position. And then after this card is activated, you cannot special summon except Ritual Beast monsters. This can definitely really help just continue your combos like turn 3 after your opponent's done something to cripple your board. And then finishing it off, 2 copies of Ritual Beast Steeds. This isn't exactly the best card. I was gonna play 3 copies of it, but then I realized Raigeki is better. So, 2 copies of that. I just kind of threw it in here last minute as something good. You could play Harpy's Featherstorm, because this deck is all wind monsters, but it's not gonna work because they're not winged beasts. But yeah, that's it for the main deck. Pretty solid main deck. If there's anything you'd want to cut out your barrier statues, because that could end up being a brick, or cut out some of your traps, because it might be a bit too much of a trap lineup, but it's definitely gonna work if you need it to. So for the extra deck, 2 copies of Ritual Beast Kumunafalcos. Yay. Um, Basically, it's not the best card. you can normal summon an extra ritual beast from your hand by banishing one from your graveyard, which can help you continue your plays. And since they can't be special summoned more than once per turn, it definitely helps to have something generic to go into. Then generics, Nightmare Phoenix, Nightmare Unicorn, Nightmare Cerberus, and Boral Sword. Just Boral Sword for OTKs, and then the rest of these are just generic good Link monsters. Like I said, this deck does not need the extra deck other than Ulti Kanahawk, so if need be, you can go into Ulti without much of a risk of extraving it away. Then I play just if you want to go into these because you're bored with going into Ulti Kanahawk, you can. One Petalfin, one ulti Aplio, and then ulti Gaia Paleo. Those cards are the ones you want to special summon with Bond. These ones you never use. You kind of just throw them in here because of the name. You can use them if you want to, but they're not exactly the best cards to go into. This is definitely one of your good cards you can go into with Ritual Beast Bond, because it's really hard to summon normally. So with Bond, you can summon it no problem. Then I play 3 copies of Ulti Kanahawk. Must be special summoned by banishing the above cards you control and cannot be special summoned by other ways. Once per turn, you can target one of your banished Ritual Beast monsters. Cards, return them to the graveyard, and if you do, add one Ritual Beast card from your hand or deck to your hand. During either player's turn, you can return this card to the extra deck, target 2 of your banished monsters, one Ritual Beast Tamer, and one Spiritual Beast, special summon them in defense mode. So the big thing about this is it is not once per turn. So being able to consistently use this means that you can always use a lot of combo plays with just Ulti Kanahawk and maybe like an Elder and a Rampengu, but just being able to special summon 2 cards in this deck gives you full combo, almost infinite searches, and just makes this deck utterly broken. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the deck profile. I'd say it's pretty solid. Very cool deck, very hard to play deck. It's definitely a complex strategy, and but it is pretty consistent, all things considered. So yeah, please like, subscribe, share, comment, let me know what you thought, and let me know if there is anything you think I should change. Again, you can cut out the barrier statues for something else. Extra, you can just put in Pot of Duality. I wouldn't put in Pot of Avarice because you don't really send to the graveyard that often. You could have had like something like Dimension Shifter, just to banish your opponent's cards. You could even throw in like a Grenmaju and make this a Ritual Beast Grenmaju deck, although I don't think that would be very good. But yeah, that's pretty much it, and I will see you in the next Yu-Gi-Oh video. Peace, guys.